Hello and welcome to another replay of Command & Colors Ancients. A few videos back, I think it was in Caronia, I said that we were done with the hoplite scenarios, but I have I was wrong basically, and because here's a battle which we could maybe call the last hurrah of the Spartans, where we will see some hoplite units in battle. But I think, and I think I don't lie this time, this is the last one, including hoplites. And this is 331 BC, so this is the middle of the Macedonian invasion of Persia, and Alexander is over there. He has left Antipater in homeland Greece to be the strategos here, and well, there has been some problems here with the Greek, not only Greek but only other what they call barbarians and stuff, who basically do revolt against the Macedonians and stuff. So there have been a lot of battling going on with Scythia and with Thrace, and Antipater was actually the one who did battle the Thracian rebels. So when the Battle of Caronia was fought, I think at about that point, King Agis III, or he became King Agis III, actually on that very same day, I think, when the Battle of Caronia happened. So he was the new Spartan king, and remember that was in 338, so a few years ago, 7 years ago. And when he saw that both Athens and also Thebes were getting weak by these after the battle of Chaeronea, and especially now when the Macedonians, the bulk of the army of the Macedonians were over there in Persia fighting with Alexander, King Agis saw an opportunity here to maybe regain some glory for Sparta and start invading again. So he did some successful campaigns, and at some point, actually I think he also battled an army of the Macedonians and won that battle. I don't remember the name of it or when it was, but I'm pretty sure of that. And at some point then he began to siege the city of Megalopolis. He did that, maintained that siege, but Antipater was successful in quelling the rebellion in Thrace, so he gathered a force of Macedonians, and also including a lot of people from other basically barbarians. He included a lot of barbarians and some mercenaries here. So and this can also be seen in the setup of the Macedonian force. I mean, we have even warriors here, and we have slingers, and we have bow units, and a lot of auxilia, which probably are Thracians and other people from northern Greece and the surrounding areas there. So he gathered this pretty big force and start marching toward Megalopolis. And when he reached that city, King Agis did see it. Okay, here comes a big Macedonian force, actually much bigger than his own army. It said here in the scenario note that the Spartans had some 20,000 foot and 2,000 cavalry, and Antipater is coming with some 38,000 men here, but I think it might be somewhere between 30 and 40,000 actually. And so he had to quickly march to some point, some terrain where he could benefit of his smaller army. But maybe a bit more effective army, perhaps. And so he did. So he moved here outside of Megalopolis, and he could anchor his line here between these two hills. And this big battle took place, and in the beginning it was a success for the Spartans. They managed to rout the first line of the Macedonians, but eventually the problem was that they were outnumbered, basically 2-1 for the Macedonians. So even though they break through, probably they were exhausted after the first line fighting. So Macedonians could then pour in the reserves, and by that became too much for the Spartans, who started to waver here, and actually also King Agis himself was killed here after some heroic deeds. First he was wounded, so they started to carry him away from the battlefield, but the enemy caught up with them, and he said to his followers that they should rescue themselves and get themselves to safety, and put him down, and so they did. So he actually did stand there on his knees and took up a defensive posture there, and actually managed to kill a few of the enemies before he was slain by a spear thrown through his body. So very dramatic ending there, if it's true. And that was of course too much for the Spartan army, so they routed, and according to history many Spartan citizens were killed. A high percentage of the Spartan soldiers did die here, so this was more or less the end for Sparta then. And that must have been a really big relief when Alexander eventually heard of this, because it would have been a catastrophe if Sparta has won this battle and started to expand in the homeland, for the supply lines. And actually, before the battle and before this happened, King Agis was actually having some negotiations with the Persians to, he wanted some aid for this rebellion against the Macedonians, and well, the Persians could not help him too much, and especially after the lost battles for the Persians, like Issus and so forth. So they couldn't provide him much help. I think he got some 10 ships and I don't know. But at least I think there are a good many Greek... I'm not really sure if this is true or not, but I think many of these non-Spartan hoplites here are actually the same. No, they cannot be the same, but it's Greek mercenaries. But I'm not sure if they have been in Persian service before this or not. I'm not sure of that. But it could be Greeks previously in Persian service. Anyway, they lost this battle, and we'll see if that happens in our game as well. So let's check out the War Council. So we have 5 command cards dealt to each side. We will see the Macedonians move first, and we will fight till we get to 7 banners here. And we are seeing the hoplite infantry rule in effect, as I said, and we also have 2 of these Spartan 5-block special units here. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's look at the game board here. So as you can see, we have these big hilly areas here where the Spartans had anchored their defensive position, because it's the Macedonians who are the aggressors here. They have come here to break the siege of Megalopolis and break the spine of the Spartan army here. So let's examine the forces. We have some bow units to the far left, up in the hills, and behind the hills we are seeing some auxilia. Then we see 3 of these allied or mercenary Greek hoplites here, and then we have 2 Spartan 5-block units. By the way, it's interesting that King Agis, for some reason, he's not deployed with the Spartan hoplites here in this right wing honor position, but instead he's deployed here actually with these mercenaries. So I don't know why that was, but this is actually King Agis. This is an unnamed leader here who took the leadership of the Spartans. Then we have here more auxiliaries, and then a slinger unit up here in the hills anchoring the other side. Also in the right wing behind these hills we have 2 cavalry units, medium heavy and a light cavalry. And for the Macedonians, well, as you can see, they have more troops. That's basically because they have some more cavalry, and they have this second reserve line here. Not a solid big line, but still, that's a few more units for them. So on their right we have also some bow units. So we have bows against bows here, and then we have some skirmishers out there. We have some light infantry, then some auxiliaries over there, and then we have some hoplites. Or sorry, not hoplites. This is medium infantry, because the Macedonians will not benefit of this hoplite rule. This is pure medium heavy infantry. It's not medium hoplite infantry. It's need to try to remember that, so we don't play it with any hoplite rules. And then we have some heavies. That's probably Macedonians. Then some medium heavy again, auxiliaries, medium heavies, and then this warrior. I don't know who those guys are, but some barbaric tribe from up north. And then we have some slingers here. So also here they are matched, it's slingers against slingers, and actually these guys already see each other and are in range, so they can start skirmishing already. This was not the case here because we have some hills in between. And in the back there we have the cavalry support for the wings. We have a medium heavy over here, and on the Macedonian left we are seeing a medium heavy and a light, matching pretty much the Spartan cavalry wing here. And then we have, as I said, the second reserve line here behind the main line of the Macedonians. So that's it. And I have dealt the card, 5 to each side, and the Macedonians will start. So for any battle plans then, well, I think perhaps both sides could be interested in moving in and clash, because the motivation for the Spartans are they are perhaps a bit stronger. I don't say that, because we have these heavies here, but well, fairly equal, at least. Let's just say that. So the first lines are fairly equal in strength and in quality. So I think if they could clash and get those banners from that clash, especially if they can hit first, that would be nice. Then we have a good chance to win as the Spartans. So I don't see any reason to just wait here and be attacked. I don't really see that, the benefit of that. So I think I'm going to march forward actually with the Spartans and see what happens. And the same goes actually for the Macedonians. I mean, they are here to destroy this army, so they're going to march down here, relying on their heavies, of course, and maybe do some crazy charge with those warriors there. And they also can pour in some cavalry into the fight if needed, and they have a slight overweight in cavalry. And if we get any gaps in a lines, we have the reserves to put in there that the Spartans cannot do. So basically, Antipater will move forward and attack. So this will be a ferocious fight, and I'm sure of that. And I think by that we are ready to start. Here we go. 2 center, order mounted, light troops, Spartacus, and 2 right. Okay. Well, the lights could be something. I don't think I'm gonna order any mounted at this point. 2 in the center, well, I don't really know what good that could bring us now. Maybe move forward with the reserves to attach them. I don't know. Light troops, Spartacus I'm gonna wait with, so or right hand, that could be some skirmishes out here then. So I think it stands between the light troops and 2 units right. So let's roll for that. So it's 1 to 3, 4 to 6. We have a 5, so we're gonna play 2 on the right hand side. So let's start it a bit easy. We're gonna let's bring those guys forward. So they will now move here and here, still keeping that line. That's nice. So we have 2 attacks to do against the light bow unit there, and let's start with the light infantry. It's 1 die, that's a miss, and then we have the auxilia, and that's a miss. But you know, if we're going to play the light troops next turn, we have 2 units in range already, and they are nicely supported here, so that's cool, even though we missed. So a bit cautious start from the Macedonians there, but as you can see, the left wing is moving forward for the mandatory initial skirmishing before the big clash, right? Okay, what do we have here then? In the Spartan hand, well, we have a medium troop. This is really handy because we have loads of mediums in the center. We have 2 units left, so we could answer over here. We have a leadership any section, also nice, and we have a double town, which is really nice if we're gonna move up our forces and then rush in. And I think this could be a good thing to do, you know, basically. Let's see. I would like, maybe I should, if I could play the first the medium troops, move them forward, and then next time do the double time and clash. That would be an early clash of the heavy weapons here, but let's see. We also have a 4 units right, which is quite a many troops here, so this means we could do pretty much yeah, it's a bit interesting, I must say. Okay, I see 3 okay things here. Either I'll play the medium heavies, and that means I'm gonna start moving up the main line, or I go a bit more cautious. That will be 2 units left. I will respond here with do some skirmishing back, or the third one will be actually to play this one, 4 units, and we do a more overall wing forward movement here, getting the cavalry ready to clash, and also do some skirmishing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. what we get. It's a 1. So it's the most aggressive option, because I can now order 5 medium heavy, and you know, next time I will go in with a double time with those guys. Even okay, I can only order 4 units with double time, but that's good enough. So let's start marching. Let's drive them to the right, as the phalanxes tended to do. Because they were seeking cover from their comrade, their shield, so they always were driving to the right. Okay, so we got a little bit of a gap here, but that's fine. This flank they are basically trying to protect this flank by getting control of these mountains here, or the hilly areas here. That's it. So no battle, but an more aggressive start from the Spartans. Okay, so we have a line command, we have this Spartacus, we have this light one, so we could... So what are the Macedonians thinking? Okay, we are seeing the big line coming in here. Maybe they could even suspect that they have the double time coming in or something, as they're moving so boldly forward. But how to counter? We could of course skirmish a lot. We don't want to play the Spartacus. We could play the line command at this point, and the thing is, if we play the line command, move forward our main line, then we give the Spartans the first attack here, and I don't like that. So I think I'm gonna wait with that. So don't want to play that. The light troops, the 2 center is not that good, so I'm gonna actually play the light troops. That makes most sense right now. We're gonna skirmish here. So it's 5 lights. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3. What else? Let's stop bringing up the reserves then. We just move these guys up. And these guys stay put, and we'll put fire there, and these guys will also just put fire there. And we can start here. So it's 2 dice, and I'm gonna attack, maybe I even attack those guys with a leader. So it's 2 dice, looking for blue. We got 1 blue. So we got a hit on the Spartan native force here, and you're gonna check that nameless leader. Okay, he's fine, but he took some fire. Good start for the skirmishing there. Then we have the light infantry again, but this time we'll get 2 dice. The first one is a miss. Second attack from the Auxilia, a flag, and that they need to take. So they actually move back 2 hexes, and that's good, because they are now losing the control of that hill. At least it is contested, and we could threaten the flank of the advancing Spartans. So now we have the Spartans going again. The new card we got was an outflank, but I'm gonna go with my plan as I played the medium heavy. I just need to use that, so we're gonna go in for the attack now. So it's 4 or fewer units, and they need to be linked. All right, okay. And I of course want to get as many leaders with me, so I'm gonna pick these 4 and leave those guys behind. And let's see. We want to get that warrior, I think. So let's go there. We go there. We go there, and we go there. Yeah. So where to start? I think I start on this end. So King Agis himself starts the attack, and he will actually start attacking these guys, because if he gains ground, he wants to go there so he can still be adjacent to these guys who can benefit from his leader ability there. But of course this will not be that easy. Maybe I should instead attack with those guys first. Yes, let's take those guys first. And I will actually attack the Auxilia still. Maybe I can get them. So let's see, we got 1 and 2 hits because we are adjacent to the leader. So I took those hits. And then they will battle back. They are not adjacent to a leader. And they got a flag, but we are supported here. So we don't have to do anything. So that was a good initial attack of the Spartan allies here, or mercenaries. And now King Agis will do the attack and probably and hopefully destroy those guys. 4 dice. I need 2 hits. And it's 1 and it's 2. Perfect. So the Spartans got the first banner. And now he can go in here. And he will now attack those hoplites there. Or sorry, medium heavy infantry. Let's see. Oh, that should have been a heavy, right? Okay, this actually yielded nothing because those guys are supported and they will stand their ground. They will not take that flag. They are supported, so they stand their ground. They saw what was happening and they managed to do some pivot movement here and respond to King Agis' attack. So now they will respond with a battle back, and they are now adjacent to a leader. And thanks to that, they actually got 2 hits on these hoplites. Pretty amazing. So we're gonna see the fate of King Agis. He's fine. Well, that was bad. That was bad. Okay, the second attack, I will actually go for the heavy here. Maybe crazy, but I need to do that. So I'm gonna attack here. It's 4 dice. And let's see. 1 hit only on the flag, and then can ignore that. Oh, that was not a sufficient roll. I'm afraid of that. So, but we need to check the fate of that nameless leader. He's fine. And now those guys will attack with 5 dice, or battle back with 5 dice. And they got 1, 2 hits. And 2 flags. We can ignore 1. The other one we need to take. Let's go there. Man, this was not good. But we have these guys left and they will of course attack. I mean, there's no reason to stop here now, right? We took the chance to do the initial charge and didn't went too good. King Agis has done a good job here, but let's see what the others, what these real Spartans can do. I need 3 hits to eliminate that unit. And that was a perfect roll. 3 hits, so we actually managed to eliminate those heavies. This is bloody. So this gives actually the Spartans their second banner. And we're gonna check the fate of that leader. he's fine. So he can now retreat. He goes there. And this leader will go in here. And damn, I think I'll get those warriors. I need to get those. On the other hand, if I hit here, those guys are not supported. So even if I just get one flag, they cannot hit back. That's better. But I'm a bit afraid of those guys. And they will not retreat that easily because they are supported and they are this warrior unit with full strength, so they can ignore 2 flags actually right now. So I go for the medium heavy infantry instead. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah, I got that flag I wanted. So it's a 1 hit and a flag. And I say I'm gonna be happy with that because they need to retreat. I could go in there too. And I think I do that just to give this battle group support to each other. So these guys with the leaders can actually now, as long as this position is holding, they can ignore 2 flags. Okay, that was a bloody activation, right? They blew a hole in the Macedonian line. Maybe as in history, they blew a hole here, but they had now encountered the reserves, right? So let's see. Cool attack anyway, but it was a very costly one. Especially for those guys. Okay. So the Macedonians see that the Spartans go all in, so here's how they will respond. They can counterattack, they can play the Spartacus card now. The counterattack would be a double time, which would be really good, I mean, with those guys, right? We could even get in the heavies to the fight. Yeah, I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna do a double time. So it's 4 units here, so I will just get these cluster. Remember, we cannot use ranged combat with when playing the double time, so these auxiliaries needs to go in if they're gonna fight. So I'm gonna do like this. These guys goes here. These guys goes here. These guys goes there. And then I just move on with the auxilia. So now I'm gonna hit the Spartan left here. I mean, these guys got a bit isolated. They're standing here back to back and spears pointing outwards. So it's big phalanxes here. But let's see how we can do this. Okay, so these guys don't have any place to retreat, so I think I'm gonna begin with those guys, and they are down to 2 blocks. So let's start. Yeah, let's start here. And if we don't manage to get those guys with that unit, I still have an auxilia who could try to finish them off. So let's start here. 4 dice, and we need 2 hits. We got those. We actually got 3. So the phalanx King Agis was attached to went down, giving the Macedonians their first victory banner. And yeah, we're gonna see how King Agis, did he survive? Yeah, he did, so he can just relocate to this second phalanx here. These guys could move in. I think I do that, meaning these guys will not have any target, but we have some more battle to do. So they start here and attack that phalanx where King Agis did flee to. Oh, it's heavy, so I got 5 dice. And watch a roll. This is actually 4 hits, thanks to the leader symbols. So in one blow we got the whole phalanx here of the Greek hoplites, yielding a second victory banner. And King Agis need to again check if he survived this clash. He did, so he now rushes back here to his right flank, trying to rally those guys to get into the fight. There's still a big Spartan 5-block unit there. But these guys, okay, these guys will not have any guys attack anymore, but remember, Antipater will move now behind that Spartan unit there and attack. And not that good of a roll. One hit. And let's check the leader. He's fine, but barely. And then they will battle back against Antipater. And that was quite a good roll from the Spartans there. 2 hits and a flag. The flag they perhaps can ignore. We need to check if Antipater survived first. Oops. Okay, we got one leader. I'm gonna re-roll that one. If we get another leader, Antipater goes down. No, he didn't. So they will... yeah, they will ignore that flag. They are in a dangerous position here now, but... yeah, I'm gonna ignore that flag. Okay. Heavy fighting, but I can sense that, well, Macedonians got a bit shocked by the first fierce onslaught from the Spartans, but they managed to, you know, with this counterattack they could do another. They rushed in their right hand of their center section here and hit them really hard in the flank here. So a lot of running going on right there. Rush into battle. I can almost see that in front of my eyes. So they are running at full speed through the plane here. Okay, so let's do also the Spartan turn here. So how on earth could they respond here? So we have outflanked to left, leadership any section. Question is, could I mean, a lone leader should be okay to activate here as well. I mean, I could attach King Agis to a unit with this card, I'm sure of that. Or we could play actually 4 here. That's good too. Maybe that's better. Let's play the 4 here on the right. So it's 1, it's 2, it's 3. And what else? Should we bring in the cavalry now? We have the mediums. Let's take the lights. Let's do a crazy skirmish thing. So that's 4, and I'm gonna take my chances now to move up here, get those guys. I'm adjacent to a leader. These guys will move over here. They can attack. King Agis will attach, and these guys will actually go 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know, maybe that feels a bit crazy, but if you look at it, if I just get 1 flag on those guys, they are 1. They need to take 3. Yeah, they will die if I just roll 1 flag. So it's worth it. It could be a free victory banner there, more or less. Okay, here we go. So let's start with that skirmish attack then. So 1 die, but a flag will eliminate that unit. We rolled a heavy, so that's a miss. Well, it was worth a try. And here, those guys will attack that slinger who will evade. They can only evade 1 hex, but that's good enough. So I'm gonna roll 5 dice and see if we get any green symbols. No, not a single one actually. And we cannot pursue either. And here maybe the most important battle. We're gonna try to get Antipater here now. We need 2 hits and we are adjacent to leader. We need to roll, yeah, we got 3 hits actually, really good. Good roll there, great. And that means we're gonna check Antipater. He's fine, so he can now relocate, and he does that to this medium heavy infantry. I'm not gonna forget to give the Spartans yet another banner, so they are now actually in the lead again, 3-2. These guys could follow, but I will leave them back here. I don't know, there's no safe place for them right now. I mean, the Macedonians are just swarming here now, so they're gonna get them eventually, I'm sure of that. But anyway, I'll leave them there. And maybe I should not. If I put them here, they have a bit more difficult time to hinder me from retreating by getting a unit here. They need to activate something from this flank to do that. This warrior or a cavalry or something, but they cannot. If I stay here, they could just move back those guys here, and I'm trapped here, right? So I'm gonna move here. I think I'm dead anyway with those guys. Okay, that's it. I think I'll end the session here, and just gonna grab another card for the Spartans, and then I close the session here, and let's continue. Well, just a quick word before we close this down. So here, nothing happened. This became a kind of isolated part of the whole battlefield, a bit forgotten here. A few skirmishes in the beginning, then both sides are on either side of this hill here, and just waiting for I don't know what. Probably both sides are just looking inwards, seeing this big clash happening, and when the dust settles, both sides hope their guys are standing there still, and that will decide the battle. But I think these guys are kind of holding their breath right now. Here, well, not much happened here either. On this flank, they're kind of holding on to the hilly area here. But here we have seen some fierce action, which have yielded already 5 banners in total. But anyway, that's enough for this time, and thanks for watching, and hope you will be back for the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.